Best post show ever. I got a Twisted Tea somewhere. Oh, Tom's dad, help me out. Thanks to our sponsors. We'll be over there in a minute, but Levi Kitchen got to go to the airport, so we're going to get you, Kitch. Second moto, we were so confused. Explain what happened with the stomach.
Okay. You ever done the pacer test in PE when you were a kid?
Like pushing yourself hard? Yes.
Yeah, but you know when you get a stomach, like a stitch in your ribs?
Side stitch.
Horrible, dude. Like the worst I've ever... You couldn't even imagine. I couldn't like lift my chest up, so it was miserable, and it was pretty embarrassing, to be honest.
Yeah.
It didn't really go away till like 25 minutes in, I would say. And it still wasn't good, but it was enough. Like, you know when you can't even hardly breathe? It hurts?
Yeah.
It sucked because I actually felt really good. Like, I had some decent speed, and it is what it is. I mean, it's racing, but...
So this was not, I mean, you were keeping Hayden in check. It wasn't like, oh, I blew up, I went too fast. Like, you were fine at that pace.
Yeah, no, like, cardio-wise, I was like, oh, like, this is going to be fun, you know?
Yes.
And whether I just wanted to stay with him. I mean, the guy's gotten every start, and he's been gone, so, like... But I felt like myself for a little bit, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, this could be fun.
Yep.
And then I couldn't even, like, sit up. Like, I had to start sitting down, and I just was resting, like, trying to take deep breaths. And finally, it kind of went away, and I'm like, all right, I got to salvage a podium at least. So, better day. I mean, I'm just going to keep trying. That's all I can do.
But that was a heck of a recovery. You actually caught back up to Vial at the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think the people that are going to be like, oh, he doesn't have fitness. It's not that I didn't have, like, I literally could not sit up straight. It hurt so bad. And it was because I chugged a bunch of water before the moto because I was dehydrated. I was trying to catch up, you know, and I like 3 laps in, I'm like, I screwed up bad.
You knew it.
Oh, I knew it. It was horrible.
Okay, deep down inside, there was a positive there because you were definitely fast in that moto and strong at the end. Just the middle.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see going from a 2:12 lap time to a 2:20 in 2 laps. That's what happened.
No, we saw it.
Yeah.
And you got the question mark on your pit board. Do you know that?
I didn't even want to look, honestly.
He put question mark.
I knew something would be going, so. DP?
Okay, maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Help. That and a little bit of water.
Get to the airport.
Get to the airport. See you
All
guys.
right, that's Levi Kitchen going to the airport. I think I double mic'd that. I don't know what's going to happen. Thanks to Twisted Tea. I didn't even know they offered Twisted Tea Light. We're going to get backed into by Levi. We'll head over to our new and improved set in a moment. But look, I start most of these shows saying what a wild day. It was actually not that wild. It was just Jet Lawrence and just Hayden Deegan dominating. Now, we feel smart in the TV business because we built a lot of this day up to, hey, back in 2004, James Stewart, Ricky Carmichael were dominating the 2 classes, and the summer eventually became about what's going to happen next year. We might be on the verge of that. Even Eli Tomac had nothing to say on the podium besides the Lawrence brothers are really good today. So that's a big change. We have riders from the press conference and the media scrum, courtesy of our man Tom. Let's hear from them.
How was it?
It was a little bit better. We're still far off in everything, but starting the day pretty decent in practice. Got a good lap in the first qualifying, and then in the second qualifying, I put a good, very, very good lap. I feel like I have a good speed for a lap. I just, you know, in the point we're now with the bike and everything, I can do it for a lap, but I can't do it consistently. It's just impossible. So. I was pretty impressed by my lap in qualifying too. Pretty big gap. So, I mean, it means I still know how to ride a bike, right?
Yeah.
So, first moto, decent start. I was around 5th. It was hard to pass Coop the first laps. Then I got into 3rd. Yeah, 3rd. Yeah, I was into 3rd, and then I had a huge crash. I come into the corner, I tagged the front, and I went over the bars. So. It was a pity there. I lost a lot of time, and then in the last laps I tried to catch AP, and I catch him, but just not enough. So it was a decent first moto. I was struggling a little bit with everything, but second moto I had a pretty good start. I was up there with Jet, and I was riding second, pretty comfortable to be honest. Just trying to ride smooth and I don't know, just trying to stay there. And I got together with the lapper, so went down, and here it's tough. Once you go down to regroup, it's tough. So, I mean, not much to say, just a little bit better. P5 overall, I think, so better than nothing.
First Southwick, how was it?
Was okay, was cool. I really liked the track. Okay, it's quite fast in the morning, but for the race was cool. Some good bumps. It's a bit tricky. We have same kind of track in Europe, Kegums in Latvia. Also, like you have teeth of sand, and then under it's quite hard with some stone. So the bike is really nervous. It's tricky, but yeah, it was cool. Yeah, just the weather pretty hot the second race.
I think I didn't really worry too much about managing the gap. I just kind of just had a good flow, and I know with Sam, whenever you try to like ride slow than the flow you're just kind of built, it's a lot harder to try and ride with less energy. So whatever flow you have with you, kind of stick with it, and that's what I ended up doing, is try to stick to that flow and not use a lot of energy. And yeah, I felt good today. Obviously both starts were good, so no, super happy.
Well, they were just good today. So it's it was tough out there. Like I said, they rode really well on this track, and of course I love this place too. I tried to have as much as fun as I could, but of course Southwick, so it's a gnarly track to race on, and yeah, just didn't quite have that pace, and that's all I can really say. So got beat. Try to get better next time.
How much is it going to take to beat Jet?
Yeah, I think that's the very, very popular question on everyone's mind. Put it down to a percentage, I don't know. Maybe it's 2%, 5%, 10%, not sure. Maybe it's 1%. We're all at such a high level now, so it's tough. First moto, I felt like the first opening laps, I needed to be better, and he was able to bridge a little gap. In the second moto, I didn't quite get around close enough, and then Eli got past me after a few corners, so I kind of lost the toe there. So that's, in my opinion, where I could have been better today in the first opening laps.
Okay, Jason Weigandt joined by Journet or Journet?
Journet.
I like Journet better. Now, your dad is actually recording this for us, and then there's a rig that cannot make this turn. And he's probably like, if this guy would move a little bit forward, but he doesn't realize we have an amateur at the camera and he doesn't want to mess up the shot. No. He's probably like, why won't this guy move? Great radio, bro. Speaking of that, we were going to have Steve Matthes over here, but I think he got accosted by I'm going to guess the Cowie guys, because he talked to Jorge Prado, who we were all thinking, Tom, Prado's going to be pumped. Yeah. He was much faster today. He was much more competitive today. And the overall vibe, no. You talked to him after the race, not good. Prado's not pumped.
Not happy. I asked him, I was like, hey, there was like signs of life today, and he just kind of looked at me like, what's this idiot talking about? But I mean, I thought it was good. Obviously, he went down the first and second moto. Yes. But personally, I think the way he was riding today was just completely different than these first 4 rounds.
Absolutely. He had something to say about his bike?
He was just they're working at the bike. They're trying to work something out. I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah. From what I saw trackside today, it looked good. I mean, he had the 2 crashes. We're bummed on that. Yeah. But I think without those crashes, podium was very likely.
I think we're forgetting where the standard is. I think for him, if you don't finish on the podium, it doesn't matter what. That's not good. He should be battling for the wins. His starts are way better today, but he's probably saying, I didn't hole shot, so I don't care. You ever raced here before?
Fedortsov.
We're going to bring in Fedortsov. Grab your mic. We're going to get a rider on the show. So this is Alexander Fedortsov of the Club Mex team. Just hold that, or clip. See if you can clip it. So we're going to get a first-hand account of what there we go. What is the Southwick National Track like when you're racing second 250 class?
Brutal.
You've ridden some brutal tracks, I would assume.
Yeah, but that was pretty rough track.
Yes.
You have to find some good lines on the track, definitely.
Do they exist?
They do have somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Deegan finds something.
Yeah, Deegan, he was experimenting quite a bit.
Yeah.
You have a bottomless sand track at Club MX. Does it, I mean, I'm sure it's similar in its own way, but is it also way different?
Southwick is a little different with this off-cameras, little downhills, bumps.
Yes.
They're like get bigger.
Yeah.
Like we don't have kind of that stuff, but we have kind of hard base on the bottom, so it's kind of a little used to for us.
Okay.
But yeah, that downhill is kind of like hard. But yeah, I've been here qualifier last year, so I kind of know what is going on. So.
But was it worse for the pro day?
Oh, pro day is way worse.
That's what I thought.
No, I never rode a gnarly sand track after the 450, so no, it was pretty brutal. So.
And last thing for you, look, I know your speed. during the week. Cody Schock called you the confidence killer, as you can put it to guys during the week. What has the experience been like these first 5 nationals?
So I'd say this is my best riding.
So far?
Yeah, so far it's my best riding. I rode good. I mean, I tip over first moto, but I have a great start and got a little accident with Max, but it's okay. And yeah, that's my best riding, but before that, it was kind of rough for me. So right now, I think it was a step definitely in a good direction. So I think from here, it will be like probably easier or maybe better for me and be more in top 15, trying to be there. So, I mean, no, I feel good today, and my lower back is shot.
Oh, I bet. All right, we're going to let him go. Let's go to the press conference, 250 riders.
At the beginning of the race, I tried to sprint as hard as I really could and get a gap where I could pace myself. And I think I got up to around an 8-second gap, 10-second maybe, roughly around there when Joe got behind me. And I don't know why, but Joe's mechanics kept hitting the pit board out. I'm like, bro, I'm like 10 seconds ahead. I couldn't tell if it said beat Joe or be Joe. I was like, what are you saying, bro? So, I mean, he said beat Joe, so I was like, all right. And I had to pick it up there at the end, though, because he was riding strong. And, yeah, got it done, though, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I make it tough with myself. I think first moto, I was starting third, and I tried to pass Michael Mosiman in the first lap, and I fell. So when you crash, I mean, obviously when you crash in the first lap, I lost a lot of position. I went back on the bike, and I was maybe like 12 or 13, and then I had a tough moto, and I came back all the way, almost really close from Levi into, he was in second, so I finished third. And I feel like my speed was really good, but I used a lot of energy doing that. And second moto, I had the start, I was like around 5th, 6th maybe. And I passed a few guys, I was in third, but obviously track was tough. I was a little bit tired from the first moto, I think. I used a lot of energy with the crash. So yeah, overall the speed I feel like was good today. Qualifying second, and I mean both moto the speed was good, but yeah, we still miss quite a little bit to be up there with Aiden.
Sure, you got to be stoked on it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's progress, and 2 solid motos is what I've been looking for. It's been challenging. We've had some bike issues at Thunder Valley and here that I feel like cost me a podium. So, my bank account's hurting a little bit, but man, it's all looking good. It's all going up. I mean, a year ago I was on the couch, with a broken neck, not sure if it was gonna heal, and so to be here, have rebuilt my career, to be able to race at the front, to be able to catch some of the best guys, and riding at the front, it's just exciting, and it's exciting because I'm not at my best. Obviously I think everyone knows there's still more to go, there's still more to build, and that's just exciting. Who knows, what the future could lead to.
Okay, so we got press conferences from both classes now. We've replaced Tom. He's back to shooting with the camera because his dad had to drive back to New Jersey. This is Steve Matthes. Who did you talk to after the race?
I talked to Jorge Prado.
Yeah, we discussed that. He's not happy with the bike.
I thought it was a good day.
I know.
I thought it was a good day.
Yes.
Isn't that a nice cube zone? I thought it was
today
a good day.
Today was a good day, yes.
Yeah, it was
not.
not.
We didn't get shot.
It was not a good day today. Hunter Lawrence, who was pretty happy with his ride, and said he's had some horrific days at Southwick, but also some great days here.
Yes.
He had a crash and a bike seizure. Michael Mosiman.
Incredible.
Had bike problems in the first moto, though, he said.
Yeah, overheated. Went from second to fourth. Probably would have had the podium overall.
And then you think about his Hangtown last lap crash where he was 5th.
Yep.
Then you think about his Lakewood one where his bike went go. Like Michael Mosiman.
Oh, that's right.
Michael Mosiman has had, we've done 10 motos, and it seems like he's had bike problems in 3 of the 10 motos. So
is Mosiman saying Deegan is revving the bike to the absolute limits? Why doesn't he have the bike problems?
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, Deegan had won at Thunder Valley, but in general.
Yeah. Talked to Johnny O'Mara, and I said, are you surprised at Jet's level? Not so much now, but from the ACL, and he said, absolutely not. He goes, I thought it was possible the whole time. And I'm like, okay, all right, Johnny. Wow. If anybody knows about ACLs and knees, it's Johnny.
Yeah,
so,
James, Ricky, you name it.
Yeah.
Yes. That is surprising that, Tom and I were just saying, I think with Prado, it must be, look, the standard is, if I don't podium, I don't care what the reasons are. I'm not ever going to be happy.
Yeah.
Even if it's a step, I don't care.
He said, I'm a sand rider.
Yeah.
I'm going to do good in the sand. And so this is the default of me doing good in the sand.
Oh. He doesn't feel like they made a big step necessarily.
No.
So Redbud could be...
I don't know, man. I thought today was a good day.
I agree.
went in with an open mind.
I agree.
I mean, 2 crashed in each moto, right?
Yeah.
Take away those crashes and take away, you can say that, but crash in each moto, he's 3-4, 4-3, you know, like whatever. Yeah. So
right there.
we're working with Chad Reed.
I saw that.
Yeah, working with Chad Reed
Club
now.
X style.
Yep.
Club MX made that happen.
Also, he took a shot at Phil.
Good.
As well. And then someone else I talked to took a shot at Phil. Koulis took more shots
good.
at Phil.
Okay. Anyone at club takes shots at Phil.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yep. So that was good to hear. That really, livened my interviews up.
One more thing. I'm going to go big picture here. Hunter Lawrence put it to Eli Tomac today. He actually passed him in a moto.
He did. Told me he knew the spot. Told me he planned it. Yeah. He said he couldn't get too close because of the goggles.
Yeah.
And then once he found that line in the back before the finish, that was it.
I was bench racing about this with some of the folks in the TV truck after it. Look, we all know Jet Lawrence is a freak of nature. That might even help with the quick ACL recovery. He's incredibly talented. But if you want proof that the Lawrences have a program and a process that is also good, did anybody think that Hunter Lawrence had the talent to be 5 or 6 years ago, to being able to straight up beat Eli Tomac at the Southwick National on a 450? Did anybody think that?
No, I mean, think about his early 250 days with the shoulders and injuries. And
yes.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. He's elevated his game since he's been on 450.
Incredible.
There's no doubt about it. Like, you would think a bigger guy would be better, but he's not really that big of a guy. But, it doesn't. 450 has really suited him well.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, Jet's so good, I feel like Dazzy Lawrence knows what he's doing. I feel like maybe that's something. Maybe Dazzy Lawrence knows what he's doing. I'm not saying that because he's right there.
Yeah.
I feel like Hunter Lawrence is proving their program really works. I'm not saying that because he's right there. Timing couldn't have been better. I mean, can we just end the show on that? Can you do better than that?
No, yeah, I can do a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
So one thing that I was having a conversation with Ian Harrison in the manager's tower, and we started thinking about Jet getting hurt in Supercross and coming in this outdoors, and then of course Hunter got hurt as well. Last season, Jet then got hurt, came back for SMX. We're thinking about the intensity and the pressure and everything that goes in with the 450 guys these days, the top of the sphere guys. And we were thinking, like, are we going to see another Carmichael or Dunge?
Oh.
Not so much Filippoto because he had his injuries.
He did.
I mean, guys that go in and are the absolute men and go 31. Now, before it was 29.
Both titles, three titles now.
Are those days over? And not because they're going to bow out. I mean, Sexton's banged up, but we think he just kind of needed a break.
Which goes back to that point.
Right, goes back to that point.
Yes.
And I'm not saying like Jet or Hunter or any of these guys are going to say like, I don't want to race, but injuries, pressure, stress, all of that are the days where we just saw Dunge and Carmichael hammering those 31 races out. Are those over?
You know, I was thinking about this. We had a report that Cooper Webb has been under the weather all 5 rounds.
Okay.
Now, and it makes me think. Now, look, I don't think even healthy Cooper Webb was expected to go 1-1 at any of these rounds on 450 motocross.
Yeah.
But is there not potentially a mental followed by physical?
Yeah.
He's under so much stress. He gets this relief when he wins the title, and his body just falls apart.
Well, for sure, that's definitely a possibility, but why didn't Carmichael and Dunge have those same issues?
I mean, the season...
To name 2, or Jeremy, you want to go further back or whatever.
Well, I don't know, because it is funny. Everyone keeps saying the calendar keeps getting longer. It's darn close. They're not doing 50% more than they used to.
Yeah.
So, why are the 2 titles... We go back to the RJ days.
Yeah.
There was no difference.
Yeah.
January through October back then, same guys won.
Yeah.
I don't know what changed.
So anyways,
I don't know.
I'm probably going to bring this up on a review show later,
Yeah.
but it's an interesting conversation about are those days over because of the speed and the stress. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
You're going to tweak something. Yeah. And you're going to miss one or series or whatever. Are the days of Ricky and Dunge just over?
You're making me think a lot of theories. It's going to take too long.
Okay,
I wonder,
right.
they have a lot of supervision these days. I go back to RJ. RJ worked hard. But RJ didn't have a trainer.
Yeah.
There were probably days where he's like, I'm not feeling it. I'm taking the day off.
Wow.
There are no days off now.
Except for Wardy.
When you have, Wardy was not 87 days in a row.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
now you have people telling you what to do.
Yeah.
And maybe the only real answer you need is, I just got to do me.
I just don't want to do that.
And that's not an acceptable answer anymore.
You're right. It's more structured during the week. It's very much motos. You think about these training facilities. You're doing motos. Intensity is high.
Yes,
all
constantly.
of that. Those guys didn't have that. And
No.
So maybe I mean, I guess Ricky had Tedesco and Townley,
And he had his mom cracking the whip.
Yeah. But
And Alden. I'm not saying his program wasn't gnarly, but I just
Yeah.
don't know if we're going to see it anymore.
Yeah, it was just an interesting discussion we were having.
It's
This
true.
thing, and you watch because you put Jet right now. To me, Jet Lawrence is a Ricky Stu level of guy.
But he hasn't done the both in 1 year, at least not yet.
Right.
Maybe next year, but Diggs is coming. That's going to be interesting. All right, that's our show. Thanks, Twisted Tea. Hold on. We're going to use this thing. There was a set that we heard about. It didn't make it until round 5. We're going to enjoy it. Glad Steve took some weight off. See you guys. Keep it twisted with Twisted Tea.